I suddenly realized my classmates were frantically running for their lives, as if something terrifying was chasing them. I had no idea what was happening. For safety, I followed the crowd and hid in a building. As more and more classmates rushed in, a gunshot suddenly rang out from outside. That's when I realized there had been a shooting. With the gunfire continuing, I knew the students outside had already been killed. I suddenly remembered my sister was still in the tent outside. I quickly asked everyone if they had seen a girl in a yellow shirt, but there were hundreds of young people in the camp, and no one knew who I was asking about. As the gunshots grew more frequent, we huddled together in fear. I had no choice but to temporarily give up on finding my sister. Then one of the students shouted that someone was coming. We quickly ran toward the door to escape. Outside, the ground was already covered in bodies. While fleeing, I found an injured female classmate. Being the caring person I am, I helped her up and ran toward the forest. Luckily, we didn't run for long, before we found a hidden hillside, and finally got a moment to catch our breath. But the gunshots behind us never stopped. It was clear this was a premeditated massacre, with the sounds of my classmates' screams echoing. I finally remembered to call the police, but since we were on a small island surrounded by water, the police wouldn't arrive for at least an hour. Reluctantly, we could only hide and wait for help. I grabbed my phone and called my sister, but no one answered. I feared the worst, when suddenly a blood-covered young man ran toward us. He said the person firing the weapon was an agent in a police uniform. We were confused. Why would an agent come to this island to kill people? Realizing staying here was no longer an option, I immediately ran back toward the camp. I suspected my sister might still be hiding in a tent, but when I arrived at the camp, it was completely deserted. That's when I spotted a boy lying on the ground paralyzed. I tried to take him with me, but he refused to leave.